Yo, what up guys, Paul from Paul's Game and Fish. I'm bringing you another build video today. This is going to be a pretty rare build video and a pretty effective build video. It is a stamina warden healer for PvP, but it also functions great in PvE. I have not seen a stam healer run around. The only thing you see is the occasional support tech just running vigor in the middle of a group. But as far as an actual stamina healer, I have not seen one. Before we get into it, why you want to be a stamina healer, it's a direct counter to this new meta of negate that's happening. You have massive negate fields going up and people dash your ult into the middle of those. You guys can't do anything. Your healers are shut down right in the middle of it, so this would be a direct counter to negate because your heals function perfectly underneath a negate. It has massive recovery, so it's a counter to the Morrowind nerf as far as your cost and your recovery is concerned, because it's higher than what you would have run before Morrowind. So you don't notice anything with resources. I never have to heavy attack with this build. It's a one button enemy debuff, so you just hit it, enemies debuffed, carry on about your way. Great team buffs to the rest of your skills, and it's extremely mobile. Getting into it, fully unbuffed, these are our stats: 18.8 health, 33.7 stam, 1600 weapon damage, and 32 crit. 2700 crit resist. You could run a little bit less, but this is what I find to be best with this build, just because you're going to be taking a bit of heat, so you might want to make sure that you can actually take that damage. Light buffed with just some of the own stuff that we have here in our inventory. We're at 2100 weapon damage, 3000 stam recovery, 42% crit. That recovery would actually go up a little bit higher, 32, 24. If you do have your rune down, but you might not always be in your own rune. That's more for your teammates. Fully buffed though, it's a little bit different. Let's just get into that. Fully buffed, your character's at 3300 weapon power. That's more than most DPS classes are running right now. So you're jumping from 1600 to 3300 weapon power. It's ridiculous. Your heals are going to be pretty strong. The food that you're going to want to run with this, you're going to run the Dubious Cameron because of our 5-piece bone pirate. So you're going to run. It's going to be max stam, max health, and health recovery. And the Mundus that we're going to use is the ritual. You're getting more healing out of the ritual than what you do out of the warrior. So this is definitely a bonus right here. Before I get totally into the skills, I want to show you that this is a viable heal. So just your standard healing. So we're at 7700 and then 9700 over 5 seconds. But if we actually get into it and we're playing our build the way that we should, we're going to do 9.4k and then almost 12k over 5 seconds. Our ultimate is the same way. Well, I can just do this. Our ultimate's the same way. 11.3k up front, 5.6k every second over 6 seconds, and 28k additional healing over 4 seconds when this effect. That is a massive heal. It only costs, when you have it fully buffed, it's 90 ultimate, but it's still no problem. You can do a light buff version of it. You can do a light buff version of it for 75 ultimate, and that won't affect you at all either. So it just depends on how strong you want your heal to do, and whether or not you want to buff that and spend that extra money. Getting into the gear, it's running 2-piece Kina. Now this is a double sword and board bar. Double sword and board, it is 7-piece medium. It is mandatory that you do infused on your weapon. I would prefer reinforced on my shield. The reason why you want infused is because you keep a near 100% uptime with your weapon damage enchantment. And then with the Kina, with that proccing, your light attacks are massive buffs for you. In addition to, one of your skills would take care of additional light attack benefits as well. So 2-piece Kina. I am running infused. I'm still looking for a impenetrable one. A couple of options you can switch this out for. You can go with blood spawn. You get more stamina recovery. So if you want to run like a 5 medium 2 heavy or 5-1-1, blood spawn would probably be better because you get additional recovery. You get faster ultimate regeneration, and you're also tankier. You could also run Troll King because one of your heals are Vigor, and that's being spread out across everybody. Once your health drops below that 50% mark, they're going to get a very large buff to their health recovery, and it also gives a static 2% healing. So either one of those options would be great. I'm finding better performance out of, Assault. Great 2 through 4 pieces. 5 piece when you affect somebody with your Assault ability, which would be Vigor. It's going to give them 157 weapon and spell power for 15 seconds. Very good, very large buff. 5 piece Bone Pirate. All robust. I believe that's all that it comes in. Each enchanted with stamina recovery. 3 jewelry, 2 on your weapon bar. This is going to give you double stam and stam recovery, and then when you have a drink, it's going to give you another 2k stam and 145 recovery. So this is our sustain set, and then this is our main part of our build set. All these are enchanted with stamina, including your shields. Now to show you my stat distribution, I'm running 39 on stamina, 25 into health. I might change that just a little bit once I get my full undaunted bonuses and I see how that goes for that. Getting into the champion points. Green tree. A few of them are standard, a few of them are specific, so 10% break free cost. 8% additional stamina on heavy attacks just in case. 14% stamina recovery. 19% block cost reduction. You are running sword and board. You have all the passives on sword and board, so you might as well take advantage of your ability to block, even though you don't have to. This is just for point distribution. You don't have to take shade, but 23 points into reduced cost dodge roll, because sometimes you do need to get out of dodge. 100 points into blessed. It helps out your healing tremendously. 72 into precise strike, same thing. In Cyrodiil, if you got scrolls, you're running a near 50% crit rate, so why not make every other heal 23% stronger? And then 9% into mighty. This is when you're running 3300 weapon power and you light attack, when you hit them with one of your main skills, this is really going to make a difference. Cost reduction, this is your anti-nightblade skill basically. More crit resist, 10% do hardy, elemental, and thick skinned. Getting into the skills. Now I'm not going to go through and fully buff everything again to show you where they are. Heroic Slash, this is your main enemy debuff. Slows them for 60%. They deal 15% less damage, which is basically you heal 15% more effectively. And then you get ultimate every 1.5 seconds, your main spam heal. This is about 9.4k fully buffed. If they're closer to you, it's 15% stronger. And then Vigor, this is almost 12k when it's fully buffed, and it has a 15 meter radius. Green Lotus is going to give you your 10% weapon crit, but also it's going to make your light attacks heal for 1700 or your heavy attacks heal for 5k. That's ridiculous. Deceptive Predator is going to give you major expedition, 20% stamina recovery, and 5% dodge chance. Ultimate Healing Thicket, best ultimate in the game. Back bar, I'm using Warhorn on back bar because I like to hit Warhorn first, go ahead and gain a little bit of ultimate, then start casting my heal. You could switch this around. I've seen people use, or I've been using Dawnbreaker. So that way if you don't need to heal, you can buff yourself up. Get to 3300, then come back on this Dawnbreaker and smack somebody down with it. Bull Netch gives you stamina return and also gives you major brutality. Ice Fortress, you don't want the other morph of this. This one is going to give you 8% damage reduced that you take. The other morph just increases your range. Your allies should have a way of giving themselves major ward and major resist. But if not, if you're within 8 meters of them, they'll still get it. So just try to be close to your people. This is a flex slot. I'm messing around with it now. I need to morph it into the one that gives me ultimate when I absorb a spell. But I switch this out between caltrops if I'm fighting a large group, or if I'm in battlegrounds, I put shuffle on. A circle of protection. You don't see people run this. It lasts, once it's fully leveled up, it'll last 20 seconds. Your allies or you get 8% reduced damage, 10% stamina recovery, and then when this is morphed, it'll be 20% dodge roll reduction. Invasion, this is going to allow you to get to your guys that are fighting faster, and also if somebody's running, you can chase them down, CC them, and then also just a basic CC to help you guys out in battle. Alright guys, I know I've been all over the place with this build, but hopefully you got the point across as far as what's happening with the build, what you can do with it. Give it a try. It's a very easy build to put together, very easy gear to get. It just might take you a little bit to farm out some bone pirate, but the dungeon is pretty easy to do. If you have any questions about the build, comment in the comments below. I like to turn my videos into a discussion. Thanks guys, have a good day.